Hi, this is going to be a quick video about new NAS from Qnap TS-433eU, what this NAS can do and what it cannot do, so you have some more clarity about is this NAS for you or not. So as you can see from the first glance, it's 1U based NAS, so it will neatly fit into your small rack cabinet. It's a short depth NAS with 2.5 gig connectivity. So what are the main highlights? So obviously, as I said, it's short depth, so it's not that deep as normal NAS. It has 2.5 gig connectivity, the LAN connection RJ45. It also has USB 3.2, which is 5 gigabit speed USB connection, and built-in NPU. This is like a little AI chip for face recognition, object recognition. So if you store your photos on your NAS, this is going to help your NAS to make sense of all those photos that you have much more quicker compared to normal CPUs that you find on your NASes. So regarding the size, it is 11.51 inch deep, or which is 29.2 centimeters. The CPU is rather very basic. It's ARM based 64-bit Cortex A55 2 GHz processor. It has 4 cores, so it is very basic CPU, but it can handle tasks like file storage, backups, and even multimedia. It comes with 4 gigabyte memory built in. This is the memory soldered on the board, you can't change it. And as I said, it has NPU for AI, photo, face recognition, and there's also encryption engine. So Qnap have done few tests already, and they achieved 282 megabytes a second read and 286 megabytes a second write. So that's through one 2.5 gigabit SMB channel. And funny enough, through the encrypted channel, they achieved speeds even greater. So these tests are done using SSD, SATA SSD, and you can see that it's fully saturating 2.5 gigabit connection. If you wanted to achieve greater speeds, you can. You need to plug in USB 5 gigabit adapter, and you'll be able to achieve somewhere around 500 megabytes a second. As you know, this is a 4-bay NAS, which also allows 2.5 inch either hard drives or SATA drives in there. So let's look at compatibility, what sort of hard drives you can put in there. But honestly, you can put any SATA based hard drives in there. Sometimes people make a mistake with SAS, but SATA is okay. So either it's smaller or bigger capacity, it's up to you. So they have tested themselves 22 terabyte drives as the biggest capacity from Seagate and WD, but honestly people choose to have hard drives that are not on this list as long as they are SATA based. So let's look at those specs. At the back of this NAS you'll find two 2.5 gigabit LAN connections, RJ45 based, so you could link aggregate them and achieve 5 gigabit speeds like this, or you could use USB adapter for 5 gigabit LAN speeds. You also will find 2 USB ports at the back, that's 5 gigabit speed. But let's have a look at the specs. So as I said earlier, it's 4-core CPU, ARM based. This is not something that would allow you to run virtual machines or anything heavy like that. So if you wanted a NAS for virtual machines, video editing for 4K or above, this is not the NAS for you. Also regarding multimedia, you could have a 4K stream locally, but remotely, depending on the file size, you may actually transcode a single 4K stream if you're lucky, but otherwise this is for local use only. So as I said, it's 4 gigabyte memory, it's soldered on the board, you can't have more of that. You can put in there 2.5 or 3.5 inch drives. Comes with two 2.5 gigabit ports, 2 USB ports. The power supply is 60 watts. So this means that if you ever were wondering about hard drives you're putting in there, the total wattage of those hard drives putting in there should be below 60 watts. So normally each hard drive is around 8 watts. Bigger the hard drive, bigger the wattage. So do the math. The power consumption is very low when in sleep mode, 9 watts, and in use 23.7 watts. So if you need a basic NAS for backing up, file storage, maybe some local multimedia, a little bit of remote multimedia, not too many users, in fact one, if it's 4K, then this is a NAS for you. If you want something more advanced, like 10 gigabit speeds and virtual machines, you will need to have a different NAS. You could run some Docker images on this though, so you could have your smart home solution or Plex or any other Docker container installed on it. But keep in mind, it's only 4 gigabytes of RAM, so you'll be very limited of how many containers you'll be able to run at the same time. If you want to find more about NASes, you can go to nascompares.com and you'll see reviews, you'll see videos, or you can join in a circle and have one-to-one conversation with us. It's all up to you. See you next time.